Hi guys, my name is Crystal. I've never done anything like this. I'm extremely shy, but I just wanted to get my story out there. On June 16th, 2017, my boyfriend and I of 7.5 years were hanging out at one of our friends' house. I noticed I couldn't quite sit on my butt, so I went to the bathroom thinking I had to take a number 2. That's when I kind of noticed I started to bloat and I was really crampy, so that's why I was thinking I had to go number 2. Nothing happened within 10 minutes, so I went back out to where everybody else was hanging out. Within about 5 minutes I still couldn't sit, so I went back into the bathroom. When I went into the bathroom this time though, I was really sweaty. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I started puking. So I texted my boyfriend Nick and I had him come in and I told them that I wanted to go home so I can be comfortable. So we went out, said bye to everybody, and we were home within about 10 minutes. We were home for about 15 minutes and I wasn't feeling any better. Things were just actually getting worse. So we went to the hospital. That was actually the first time I've ever wanted to go to the hospital for anything. So Nick drove us to the hospital. When we got there, he ran in to grab a wheelchair and come back out to get me. I could not walk. It hurt so much to walk. So he went to get a wheelchair, come back out, got me. I started puking the second we got into the hospital again. So they got me right in. They started asking what's wrong, so I told them that I was really crampy and yada yada yada. So I then started to feel like I was gonna pass out and stuff like that again. So they took my vitals, they took some blood and sent it off to go get tested. I then was sent into my own room. While all that was going on, Nick went out to go move the car because we parked where we shouldn't have been, only because we were in a rush. So while Nick was out, a nurse came in and told me the results of some of the tests that they did. She told me that I was pregnant. I did not know I was pregnant only because at the time I was on my period. So Nick came back in, I told him the news, and not long after that we were rushed up for an internal sonogram. While we were up there, the nurse said she was going to go get a radiologist. So at that instant, Nick and I looked at each other and knew something was wrong. The radiologist came in and said that the fetus was growing in my left fallopian tube. My left fallopian tube actually burst, so I was bleeding internally. My left shoulder started to hurt really bad, so I was then rushed in for emergency surgery. The surgery, I was cut open like a C-section scar. They took out my left fallopian tube. I lost over 1 liter of blood. And then after all my surgery and stuff, I was in the recovery area for a little bit. I needed a blood transfusion because of all the blood I lost. Like I said, I did not know I was pregnant, but the only thing that helped was not knowing that I was pregnant. I could have died that night because my fallopian tube burst and I was bleeding internally. The recovery, I recovered actually good and pretty fast. They told me that I do have another chance of having another ectopic pregnancy. If you've had one before, you have a high chance of having another one. But we also have another chance of having a normal pregnancy. I'm not making this video to scare anybody. I'm only making it for awareness. If you have any questions or symptoms of an ectopic pregnancy, please seek medical help because it is very life-threatening. And also, just remember, you can never seek too much medical advice.